Hello, Crown Royals. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight we have a good show. We're going to gossip as normal, but we're going to talk shit. That's usually, no, that's usually what we do. So, roll up, pour regular, like us. Shit, I knew I forgot something. Child, let Ro do her intro so I could do this. You already know what I got to do.
Hi everybody, it's Rose and happy Taco Tuesday. How are you guys out there doing tonight? We're out here blazing in the sun in California.
It has been so hot. So before we get started, what I was saying is roll up, pour up, take off your bra, get comfortable. If you want to be cute, grab your crown and put it on, or drink some crown. That'll work too. I feel like we haven't been live in forever. So y'all know what I forgot to do was cut off the Wi-Fi. I have to cut off the Wi-Fi so StreamYard would work. As soon as it started clocking, I was like, now I call myself being professional. I done showed up early and everything. Didn't work. Child, this heat.
It's
Do you go
ridiculous.
outside in the heat? I don't.
I don't like being in the heat. Like I'd rather it be freezing cold because you can layer up and be warm than it be hot because there's nothing you can do about that. But
Mm-mm.
stay some in the air conditioning.
Mm-mm. The only thing that suffered. So before we get started, the topic for tonight is going to be this girl put out a video saying that she does not want to date African American men because of reasons. And I'm going to let her say those herself. And in due fashion, African American men attacked her for her skin color because you have nothing better to say. I can't. So that's going to be one. Then TGIF. How you drop a whole $250,000 a year for 1 hour a week bag? And ointo. That's what the other one is. And then since we was on the fuck shit that happened to black girls, it was a girl that was also on the Kendra G show. Well, all of them do. And she was saying that she didn't want to date nobody that was below a 5 and explain what her below a 5 was. And it was still questions. Why? Because she's plus size and she was dark skinned. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Now about this heat real quick, because you have to do this. I do not like the heat either, twin. I didn't know. So let me tell you guys, black people do need sunscreen. I
Yeah.
was I was not aware until my first trip to the Bahamas. When we got there, I started like being really hot, but I got so burned right here, my forehead. I looked like Darth Vader by the end of that night. And it burned so bad I couldn't even barely stand my hair being on my shoulders. I had to put it up. So black people do need sunscreen.
Yeah, I learned that too from our well my mom would tell me, but my pastor's mom, she sells Mary Kay and she would tell me that too, like you need to put on sunscreen every single day, even if you don't put on anything else. So I been knew that I just was never a sunscreen person. But if I'm out in the sun, I will put on sunscreen. And matter of fact, Target has a new I don't know if it's new or not, but Target has a sunscreen for it's sold in Target a sunscreen that's made for black people. And I really do like that one because
Hmm.
um maybe if I have time once we do a thing, I'll have to go see where I put it. Cause I can't remember the name of it, but I got the bottle for my son and I got the one for me. And the one for him, it don't make him look white or nothing. You know, a lot of sunscreens for us,
Yes, to leave that residue. That's why I don't like
bro,
it.
it go in just like lotion. It's really for us.
I wonder if that's the one cousin was telling me about. I need to look into it because we're going
I'm
to
y'all. I'll
Atlanta
tell you the
next
name.
month.
I'll look it up because, a matter of fact, I'll have to look in my bag that and because I didn't even unpack it. So I'm gonna look in my phone and I'll tell you which sunscreen it is for black people, so y'all can go buy it because we do need to wear sunscreen.
We do. That was very painful. So
Right.
let's take a look at. Oh, it's one more, y'all. We're going to start with this one. TikTok is out of control and people is out of control. So this dude comes on a younger guy and says, "Oh, I was catfish, y'all. I took this girl on a date and she didn't look nothing like her pictures, blah, blah, blah." Right? So most people in the comments was tripping like, you took her on a date because he took her on a date. They went to eat. Then they went to this place for like dessert or whatever. Then they went skating. And everybody like, wait a minute. You got catfish, but you made it through a whole full
Right.
day. Like that don't make sense. What a girl, because of course he went viral. Of course you're gonna go viral for talking about a black plus size girl. It's always a go. I'm just saying. This girl came on and she is so pretty, number one. Dude is the one who's not attractive, but she clocked his ass. So we about to see. But of course, that one didn't go viral though, but the one of him clowning her did. And he was totally out of line. But I do appreciate people who's in the comments saying what they should say. I'm gonna play the recap and then we're gonna hear her response.
Yo, I got catfished and I didn't know what to do, so I just went along with the date. She wanted a seafood boil, but I didn't know what that was. So she said, let's just go to Golden Corral. And then after that, we went to Crumble Cookie. She said she never had it before and she was happy. They don't have crumble in the hood, so this was her first time trying it and she liked it. So after that, we went roller skating. I thought it would be fun because I haven't went in like a long time, and I had fun besides her taking breaks because her legs hurt. But besides that, it was cool. After that, I had to take her back to the spot, and she didn't want to leave until she got hungry again. And then I took her to McDonald's because I had already spent like $60 on her, and then it had got late, so I took her home, and she said she had a good night, y'all. But I like never been like catfish before.
I didn't see that one. I saw the other one with her talking about it, so I never seen his side.
I have to go search for it. That is so mean. First of all, the picture that he captured to put her up, let's just be anybody, you could be the finest person in the world. And if somebody catches a bad angle or something like that, you're not going to look your best. That's just reality. But you went on a whole date with this girl. Hey, JoJo. Second, first of all, I need her legs. I need my old legs back before I lost weight because her legs is tight as hell. And her skin color is beautiful. Now, let's take a look at her video. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to know what this guy looks like after you hear her video, but I can't play it back. Sorry. You're going to have to go back and get it. So, ready? Drink
Got
up.
catfished and I didn't know what to do, so I just went along with the date.
Nah, bro.
So that was me in the video. In the video, the guy is basically saying that he got catfished by me, and then he showed a picture where I had a filter on. It's crazy that he posted that video when I sent him a video of me without a filter. So this was the conversation we had before he even took me anywhere. And I was like, and I sent him a picture with no makeup on. My lashes were barely done. I needed to fill them in. I had a bonnet on. I was like, yeah, I haven't got myself together, but this is what I look like. And then he said, okay, I fuck with it. You just chilling for it. I was like, yeah, I'm about to do my hair. That's number one. Number two, these were the pictures on my profile. I think that looks like me, but I'm about to show y'all some more because that doesn't have a filter. As well as this picture. Number two, me and him FaceTime while he just didn't block me or anything. You also knew I was chubby because I reiterated that to you in text message. I can't find the message because he supposedly blocked me, but in the message, I told him, I said, I'm chubby. Is that cool with you? He said, yeah, that's fine. You're fine. And you look good. Okay, you took a video of me and then you screenshotted it to show I was a catfish. But it was the worst possible angle ever. Like, if I was a catfish, you didn't have to bring me to multiple places. First of all, let's just say, you brought me to multiple places. You paid before I could even pay. Before I could even reach for my card and bring it out, you paid. You still continued to talk to me the day after the date. You were still texting me. It just doesn't make sense. If I just feel like you made the video to get your views up, or whatever. I guess rent must be high where you're living at. But yeah, also the comment about the hood thing. Um, I had you drop me off houses down from where I lived, and then I walked back to my house because I didn't know you like that. You took a video of other people's houses, and then you were like, "Look where she lives at. She lives in the hood." Number two, I have a better car than you. And then for you to say I live in the hood and you don't live in the hood, and then you have a shitty car, and then my car is better than yours is crazy to me. If you thought I was catfish, you could have just said it. You didn't have to do what you did, baby.
What I will say, like when you sent it to me, the video that he put up do not look like her. Like the video that he put up of her doesn't look like the video of her while she's talking. Like to me, that does look like a totally different girl. So that's why I was like, okay, if he going off of that, I don't know. But she did look different to me on that. But if you took her on 3 dates that night, I mean, y'all had a whole full night out. If you felt like you was catfish, you could have, if you was a gentleman, wanted to be a gentleman, you could have took her to dinner and then that's it. Y'all went to dinner, went to go get snack, went to go skating after that, and then come on now. If you really felt you was catfish, ain't no way. Ain't no way. But she did look different from that video in her video of her talking. I will say that.
You know, sometimes, twin, he was disappointed in her body. Could be true, JoJo. Let
But
me
she
just,
said she was chubby. So how could he be, how could he
well, let
be
me finish.
disappointed?
I don't
Oh,
think you should be disappointed at all. If I have my hair look like this, I look completely different than when I wear it in a bun. Sometimes the hairstyle makes you look different, but like she said,
yeah.
I had a full social media page of various looks and how they look on me. That boy was out of fucking control. She was
And
dressed
y'all FaceTime.
differently.
And you
She
FaceTime.
showed herself completely blank. It ain't no more different than you can get than that.
Mm-mm.
You could easily say, like, I've dated dudes that be like, I don't like weaves. I've dated ones that didn't like braids. I've dated different ones and they don't like certain things. But you not liking that thing, I mean, yes, you look different. She showed up with pink hair. That's going to make you look different to begin with. But to talk about that girl like she was ugly, to continuously mention things
Yeah.
around food, nigga, you showed up without your hair even cut. I would never date you. Look like you should have been on a date. And for you to really try to flex talking about you paid $60,
That ain't even enough to
$60,
cover my drinks for the night.
$60.
That ain't enough to cover my drinks.
Why are you recording her too? You did that to do some bitch shit to begin with. Why are you, if she's a catfish, why are you videoing and being interested and going skating? And so what if she had to stop because her legs hurt? My fist would need to stop because I would have scheduled another date and beat him up. That's what I would have did. I
I
don't
just
understand it.
feel
Hey,
like
baby,
I just don't feel like
can't blame
it,
him. Ladies shape different these days. No, you can't blame him because that's rude as hell. That's not how we're supposed to raise our sons. If you don't want to date somebody, by all means, you don't have
I
to.
think it's a way it's 2024. It's no way people can say they get catfish. I
No,
just don't like it's
she
too
showed her whole
yeah,
profile
it's
of
too
her
much
looking different.
technology. Like they said, you can tell somebody to call you on FaceTime, even though I know on FaceTime, I
She
think
said
they
she
use
FaceTime.
filters and stuff, but you still can see more
Oh,
than
you
what they
can.
do online. I think they said you can put filters up
We
on
just
Facebook.
don't know how to do all of that stuff. But like she said, I showed up with eyelashes missing and everything else. She showed up in her rarest form, bonnet on and
Yeah, that's what I'm
everything.
saying. It's no way
That's
you
not
can
fair,
get
Ro.
catfished in 2024. It's no way. You will
Mm-mm.
be on the yellow bus if you get catfished in 2024. It's no way.
I just don't think it was fair to do to her anyway. That you're showing how to treat Black women, but I don't think that is fair because she went out of her way to make sure to tell you specifically any type of flaw she thought that she had that you may not like and cleared them all. So for that reason alone, even if I showed up and something was different, I would never do that to somebody to begin with, but I for sure wouldn't do it This girl clearly knows, well, everybody knows what social media is like and what the world is like. She didn't have to tell you she was chubby. Her page is open. Just look at the damn pictures. That doesn't even make any sense. He was rude, no questions about that. But he was catfish. Two things can be true at the same time, ladies. Right, but yours isn't.
How is he catfish, JoJo? I'm literally.
Girl, we're not finna go there because that girl's page, that whole page was open. That's like somebody saying, me or you catfish. And we intentionally post pictures where we have zero makeup. Right now, I don't have on face makeup. I don't have
no
none.
makeup either.
I have on lashes and I got on, what is this called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lashes and lip gloss.
But we will show up sometimes with a hoodie on. We'll show up. So I will post pictures of me just regular for that
For me,
purpose.
they got scarves on and everything, taking my mom
On
out.
purpose. Because that's the real me every day.
Yeah, it's not top notch every day. And then I'm not a girl that gets dolled up like that anyways. Like, I don't wear makeup a lot because first of all, I don't know how to do all that. And even if I did, I feel like it takes too long. So
it takes too long. It does.
And then like us, well, they can't say that with us anyways. Y'all, they can look on our YouTube pages. These ain't filtered.
This is what I'm saying. What could have been more authentic than her showing up with missing eyelashes? Like, I don't understand. Either way, that's not the way to try to go viral, is to talk about a Black girl. He should have taken her more than he shouldn't have taken her more than one place.
If he felt exactly
right, and reaching out to her.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere with you if I was catfish. I'm not going nowhere, sir. Sir, this is not who I was talking to.
So that's a good question. Is that fair to say that if you want, JoJo, ain't you the one that pulled off on somebody who catfished you?
But look, he's saying, but you see, he's on that man's side too, saying that the girl catfished JoJo on his side all the way. Yeah. Ladies, y'all don't date women. Enough women catfish to be possible.
We're talking about this woman. You want to come on the show, JoJo?
What he's saying, a lot of women I do think, and I don't necessarily say they catfish. It's these filters.
I agree.
If that's catfish,
if we were talking about somebody else, I would say yes. But for her, you took all of these steps. She have proof that she did it. She even showed it to us. She showed us her social media of how she looks with different looks, and that is open. That's not a catfish. There were no filters. Like, you could look. However, there are some that I'd be like, girl, you probably wouldn't even step out the house without a front lace and at least your lashes or something on. You do look completely different. You contouring, making your nose smaller. You got on 32 waist trainers. Baby, listen, let me tell you why I can't do that shit. This is why I can't do that shit. Here's my truth. When it gets hot in the summer, you're not going to see nothing but the real me because it's too hot. I can't.
Girl, that's just like with us in Mississippi last week. Girl, I was like, I really didn't understand how people was rolling around with makeup on. Like, I really couldn't. Only thing I could put on, like, is what I had on today, my eyelashes and some lip gloss. Like, it's no way I could put on no makeup. I'm like, it's too hot. But I've seen girls that's in that humid weather like that. I seen one last night when a girl's like, oh, it's so hot, I'm in New Orleans, but this was my trick. She put on her face full of makeup and put hairspray on her face and was like, she was good for the rest of the day.
I have it right here. It's setting spray.
No, it wasn't the setting spray. She used hairspray.
It works the same, but yeah. I don't like it. I can't.
It ain't that serious.
Don't you feel it? I could feel the makeup on my face. It's not for me.
Especially out there, you're gonna be wiping your face too much.
Correct.
Sweating and all that. Like, you got to take what you get. When I'm out somewhere like that, I ain't wearing nothing but my eyelash. Now, when I don't wear my eyelashes, maybe that is a filter. Because when I don't wear my eyelashes, to me, I feel like I look tired.
But sometimes I don't wear my eyelashes. And here's the other thing. You could ask the males in my life. They be cracking up because I don't care if you're talking to me on FaceTime. I don't care if you're trying to holler at. I will take off my eyelashes whenever I feel like it. That's why they be on the dashboard of the car.
I remember one time I was my cousin. I had went for her to do my hair. I had came over. She was like, "What is wrong with you?" She was like, "Something looked different off you. Like, you look super tired." And I just started dying laughing. I was like, "Cause I don't got on my eyelashes." And we was laughing so hard. I was like,
Eyelashes is
my
enough
God.
filter for me. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
enough, but
that's my filter is my eyelashes, but I
right,
always
because
try
it
to.
makes you look awake. I already know sometimes
It
y'all
gives you
know
a pop. It
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 does.
brings out your eyes.
It does. It does. So you don't need the rest. Um, FYI, people, do not put hairspray on your face. It doesn't
Girl,
belong
and
there.
they was in the comments. She said hairspray on the face of this. Girl, they was in
It
the
is.
comments like, girl, yes, that worked. You could get
It
underwater.
does.
You
It
could get.
does.
I was like,
Because
what?
think, if it holds your hair in place, it holds the makeup in place. The bad thing is that's alcohol. It's a bunch of contents in hairspray that do not belong on your
On
skin.
your face. And
Yeah,
this
which is
the
why
one lady
you get a
said she did
shield when they spray your hair.
she said she did it on an accident one time. Not the one that was on there, but I was reading the comments of the people agreeing with her. This one lady was like, I found out one day I was late for work and I was just spraying the spray and it got all in my face. And she was like, and at work, my face stayed.
It
She was
does.
like, after that, she was like, that was my go-to. She was like, I use holding spray. But girl, all the people in the comments was like, yes. I was like, what?
It does. It doesn't shift your makeup, and in these spaces where you get like well, I'm lighter in these spaces, but I get oily in these spaces too. You don't get oily, and
Oh,
you could dap it.
she had a bottle of holding spray up and girl in a bottle of milk and magnesia. You
Yes,
know,
you put that under,
yeah,
and it
I
dries
had
your
to
skin.
read because I was like, wait, what is the milk and magnesia for? And I read
It
in the
applies the
comments and they
color
was
for
like,
dark people.
they was like, they use it for a primer. They said that and camel.
Chamomile. Yeah.
Girl, I was like, what? I was so shocked. I was like,
So, guys, we're going to have to do a tutorial with Ro and show her how these things work
that
and
is
how people
crazy.
look so plastic and perfect. That's how.
It's crazy.
Um, only taking your best angles and hiding your flaws in pictures or show older pictures when she's smaller or younger. Yes, it can. It
Oh
can.
yeah, I believe now that I agree with
Yeah,
you.
I agree with
I'm
that.
like,
But
I
that's
agree.
not what she did. But I would agree. All of those things. Now, those are part of two things can be true. If people do those things, yes. I think that's why when you're doing your videos and stuff, you might want to do a 360 turn. I don't know.
But I still think, even though what JoJo said is true, still it's 2024. How are y'all getting catfish? Okay, she put them pictures up and you like her. You ask her, can you FaceTime her then? Like you just gonna
Like
go off
this
of all
young
those
girl
pictures. You
just
ain't
did.
gonna never ask to talk to her on FaceTime because that's what people love to do anyways, get on FaceTime. You're not gonna ask to, oh, can I FaceTime you or something like that? You just gonna go off of them pictures that she put up.
I
That's
wouldn't
your
know
fault if
more.
you get, yeah, that's your fault if you get catfish if you don't
Yeah.
ask for extra
While
pictures.
y'all guys talk about what we should
Yeah.
do, let me tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't, because y'all the ones that gotta go pick us up, spend
No,
your
you're
money
not
on the
picking me up.
date.
You're not picking me up.
Well, we're talking about this one. Can y'all just stick with this?
Okay, look, I'm like you, but she did go wrong on that. I wouldn't
Oh
let
yeah, you
somebody
know
pick me
me.
up on the first date.
I don't get in the car with anybody. You can ask
I'm
a
not.
couple people.
I'll
I don't.
meet you there.
I'm like, I'll meet you there. Right. No, I'm not getting in the car. He saw her in person and went to other places. Exactly, Mom.
Exactly.
No excuse. You just wanted to go viral and you felt like you probably didn't like what she had on. Let's just be honest, because I didn't like what she had on.
I didn't like what she had on either.
That
But
was
that's
a
how they dress nowadays. This
yeah,
young,
the younger people. I don't know if that was what that means. I would have dressed like
yo ass out and everything. Like, girl, you're
girl.
giving that you want to give your body.
Girl, girl, was too much.
That's what you're giving.
Right, right. That was too much for me. So now let's listen to the girl that does not date African American men and
Man,
find out what happened to her and if y'all agree. I'm gonna tell you in advance I agree. As soon as she said I don't date African American men, I said, girl, me
girl,
neither.
I said I did. I said I agree with her too. I told mommy about this.
Okay, y'all, let's watch. Here we go.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date.
Oh no, hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Now it's not gonna work.
Why?
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date. I think it's low effort and it's just not my thing. Surprisingly enough, and I was genuinely surprised, 98% of the commenters and the people that were upset were American black men. So unprovoked, they started attacking me for my looks. By the way, I was so nice in that video. I did not insult anyone in that video, but they were insulting me. They were coming at me for my skin color, saying that I'm too dark and that I shouldn't have any standards. They were coming at me for my Afrocentric features. They were coming at me because I have an Afrocentric hairstyle in. Black American men honestly have this habit of attacking black women for the way that they look, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or you have more Afrocentric features. They will attack you. So the fact that they came at me for my looks unprovoked is not surprising to me at all. American black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not saying that all American black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe black women, dark-skinned black women, deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, "You're dark-skinned, why do you have all these standards?" The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see, and it's because they are not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back.
So,
That video had pissed me off.
so sounds like you've missed doing the show and you want to go first. I will let you go first to it.
I'm like, that pissed me
I've
off.
been recording, so I'm good. You go first. This is your sweet spot. The other was my sweet spot. Go ahead.
Girl, first of all, it just is a sore spot for me. I agree with everything that girl said. The only thing that I disagree with her is what she said about the coffee being the first date.
Right.
That's the only thing I disagree with, because I feel like on the first date, you don't need to spend all that money because y'all still getting to know each other. You might not like each other. So why would I expect a man to spend that much money on me?
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, if we're going to go somewhere, I'll even pay for myself. Like, it's not a problem. This is our first date. We're trying to meet each other. But as far as everything else that she was saying, I totally agree with her. It's just a colorism thing. I don't know what it is with men with dark-skinned women, why they feel like that we should take the scraps or that we should have low self-esteem or whatever and not want the finer things in life, or a man to treat us like a gentleman. That's just how it is. If you light-skinned, they'll give you the world. They'll take you to all the high-class places and everything just because of that. But because she looks a certain way and had her features and everything, she's supposed to settle for less? No. So I agree with her totally. I wouldn't date an African-American man either.
What's wrong with her? Okay, now I have a question. Let's pivot off of the one we just had and come to this one. That is the reason why some girls use filters and they can't look at themselves and love themselves, because everything about life at this point is telling them how beautiful they aren't. And I don't care what nobody says, because I'm tired of hearing it. It's two different things. You got to love yourself. Motherfucker, I didn't say I didn't love myself. You're not trying to marry yourself, date yourself, and court yourself. You want a partner. That partner has to be attracted to you. If you're consistently hearing that nothing about you is attractive, she's in her simplest form. She likes her regular hair, don't wear makeup, likes to be herself, and for that she's being told she's not good enough. Well, I would just like to connect those two and say that that's why these younger girls and girls at this point, period, and women, they feel like they have to do a little something extra to have that pop, as we talked about, because you're not celebrated in your purest form. And in fact, anything that you say, they're going to use those things to attack you, even if they have nothing to do with it. Now, that girl didn't talk about the way people look, nothing like that. In her, how do you as a man, when did men start attacking women like that? Why did you have to talk to her like that? She just said two things she didn't like, and she said who she won't date. I'm
So
sure
that's
that's
why
not gonna make her
I
date
didn't even go look for the real video because I would have
the
been pissed
original.
in them comments. I would have been pissed off. But I still do think that this is my opinion. I still do think that a woman that puts filters on all the time still is insecure. I'm not saying that they don't love
Absolutely.
themselves, but they have to have some type of insecurity.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree. There's, I mean, I think people have different things. You guys know my nephew's in the background. Mind your business.
Girl, I
Um,
was about to say, can you hear him?
yeah, but not a lot. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a lot. Oh Lord. Um, Everybody has something, right? I think that some people with kids use their kids as a filter. For me, I've expressed that I didn't used to care for my nose. I don't know why I think it's the cutest thing ever now. I got a nose ring. It was a time I would not leave anywhere without making sure that I have my nose ring on. But the fact that we've gotten to the point where people are so uncomfortable with everything about the way that they look that you can't just be yourself. My question is, if you never show up as yourself, including dudes that wear hats and all that other shit, and men, y'all be doing shit too. We done seen it. Y'all be having fake hair and all of that. Knock it off. But of the people that do that, then how do you get to the point where if you're in a serious relationship, how do you go to bed? Do you wear that stuff in your sleep? I mean, I told y'all my crazy story about how dating the first person I ever dated that I actually allowed to spend the night and stuff like that. I used to wake up like 30 minutes before him, wash my face, brush my teeth, put on lip gloss, and get back into bed. But that's lip gloss. Like, that's as far as that went for me. Do they wake up and put on a whole face? Do they go to sleep with the whole face and sleep on their back like that and then work like this?
They probably go to sleep like that because I don't girl, I don't know. I don't know.
But if y'all getting it in and he rub your face?
That's why a lot of them saying that for the first days, the girls, they take them swimming. Like, boy, you don't even know how to swim. So how you gonna take somebody swimming?
We could both go swimming. I need you to dunk your head under there too, because I want to make sure that's not a receding hairline.
Well, most of the time, well, no, they didn't got good with that little man.
That part, so don't play.
It ain't
They
got
got
real good.
real
But you
good.
can tell when it's that spray mess. You can tell when it's that spray mess.
You can.
Yes, it looks like spray.
It looks like spray. But did you see the one that he does his curly top? Like he takes this hair and he cuts each curl and put each curl, then do the lineup, and it lasts for a while. He do all of that. Why my goddaughter left me? Well, Pumpkin, I'm telling you, they do. I'm gonna pull the video for the next show. He do.
I seen that and I was like, that was marvelous.
It was.
I was in awe. I was in awe. I was like wow. Like, and you can't be mad at them because women do it all the time. And
I didn't care at all.
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't care at all. I was like,
yeah, I was just like, that looks bomb. Like, it looked bomb.
It did. It did. But I think that the insecurity thing has gone too far. I could never say it enough. I'm extremely grateful for the men that I have dated because even at my heaviest, when they got the maddest at me, the word fat did not fly to their mouth. I'm grateful that today that word don't bother me at all. And it stopped bothering me quite some time ago because it's a real word and it's okay.
Yeah, it's nothing nobody could say to me either.
No.
Now, that's why I said I understood what that girl felt like because I would always, we talked about that before about me getting called black and blackbird and all that. That used to bother me when I was young, but when I became an adult, I was okay with it. Like, it's nothing you could say about me now. I know that I'm dark skinned, so what else you gonna say? Oh, I know that I'm not skinny.
But I think it's so pretty. I think all the different shades of brown. I really do.
But in society, you have to think in society, Ain't nobody saying nobody dark skin is pretty. I'll go back to
But
the
bro, my problem is the people in the comments was us. How are we I don't care about everybody else. Why are
but
we
that's what I'm
ones
saying.
doing
We
it
are
to
like
us?
that. In the comments, I read Coco Jones. You know how she did the Usher tribute, and it was
Mhm.
a man in the thing that he was like, there was like, oh, everybody in the Usher tribute looked beautiful. He was like, yeah, I was surprised because even Coco Jones looked good. She the only dark skinned girl that ever looked good. I was like, what? Girl, you know they went in on him. I was
Good.
he was like, she the only one, like because dark skinned girls ain't cute. He said that.
Well, I tell you all the time, my mama is a little mad because when she saw you in the sixth grade, she was like, that's what color baby I wanted. And you had black hair, jet black hair. Yeah, she like,
Girl, if I had that, that's when I was at my peak of hating myself. I hated being dark skinned. Like I hated, and I think back then I was even darker. You know how when we got older, it seemed like we got lighter or something.
I've gotten lighter. I know I have. I know I was more brown before. I
Yeah,
got
so I
and
know
more
that.
red.
Yeah, I was darker than this when I was growing up too. But I still am a dark female, like a dark brown female. But in school, I was way darker than this.
She didn't say she didn't like black, fat, black,
That black
bald,
ball,
bony, buck tooth, or any derogatory names like that. No, she didn't. That's why I'm like, but that goes back to the point of the show, and with each woman that I have shown, and then I'll show the last one before we get to TGIF. If you are darker skin, if you are fat, and if you are based on society standards unattractive, it's believed that you don't have the right to have standards. You don't have the right to say certain things. You could say almost anything, and I can guarantee you that most of your insults are going to come in the form of going to come, yes, to the text. That is going to come in the form of an insult. It's always going to be that way. When I put up my video and I was attacked, well, like I told y'all, I was like waiting for them to call me fat. Like that's what I was prepared to wake up to. Not wake up and they went in on my name. Like, how are you black? Your name is Asia. I'm like, nah, that done changed the game. Shit. But I was happy about that too because I used to have insecurities about my name. I hated my name being called. You are beautiful, young woman. Thanks, mom. But it doesn't matter. I've literally never desired to be skinny. I haven't desired to be darker, but I have never desired to be lighter. I actually love my skin color, even
Me too.
though it's getting like a yellowish color. I don't know what it's doing, but I don't know. I'm
Wouldn't change
okay
my
with it.
skin color for the world, but it took a while for me to get this way.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to be lighter. I just hated my skin. I didn't think that I would look pretty light skinned, but I just didn't like being dark skinned because I was teased so much. But now you couldn't tell me nothing, especially now that I know what makeup and stuff we could wear, girl.
So that's a good point. That is a really good point. I've never, first of all, this is gonna be a whole nother show, but I don't think anybody prefers to be fat. The kind of fat that is not shaped, uncomfortable, all of that. Let's stop doing that. All that body positivity shit, we're not doing that. And that's gonna be the next show. However, there are certain people that want to be thick. I've always wanted to be thick. But I'm a country girl. I've always loved hips, butt, thighs, a little bit of stomach still. I already went for my consultation. I'm getting my skin removed, but I'm like, I just need a
Me too.
little to,
Look, I'm like
I
me
want,
too.
yeah, I'm like, I need a little to still, like, to me, that's part of being a woman, to me. Um, I don't understand. But the biggest problem when I was younger, before I knew how to like shop for myself, was that when you walk into a store, you immediately see what is an ideal size. You don't know how, and it wasn't in media, all of those things. But now that we have media, if I would have been that age now, you wouldn't have been able to tell me shit like at all because you're fine. But take care of your health. Being
Right.
fat is not good for you. I don't care. We'll talk about that later. So let's look at the last video because Kendra gets on my nerves sometimes. So the girl said she wanted a 5. Remember, I told y'all that. Now we're about to see exactly how she said it. And then I'm going to tell you why she said it like this. Yes, I'm going to tell you. You need me.
What kind of man you looking for, mama?
One godly man, an honest man, one that's funny, one that can hold a conversation, a family man, a hardworking man, pretty much not someone that has the same characters as my father.
What about looks? Should he look a certain way?
I mean, as long as you're not under a 5, no, not really. I'm not. My first impression is not the look on a person; it's how we connect, our conversation, and if I actually vibe with you. So no, the looks don't always have to be it on my first take.
You said long as he's not under a 5?
Like if you had to rate it from 1 to 10, as long as he ain't under 5. I don't want nobody like super ugly, but looks is not the first thing I look for.
Okay. So it's not the first thing she looks for, but prefers a man that is not a 5 or under.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. Okay. What would be a 5?
I mean, if your hygiene is off, you don't take care of your mouth dental wise, you don't groom yourself properly. That's way under a 5. Those type of guys.
Those type of guys are under a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Kendra Cam.
Okay. I just got off work again, so
Okay, what's that on your belt? Oh, your
my money pouch.
okay, we see you, Deborah girl. They're telling me to
Yes.
ask you, what would you rate yourself?
What did she rate herself? Why did you cut it off there?
Because I need your ass to stay focused. That's why. I'm going to tell you. My question is, what the fuck difference does it make what she rates herself? Because the rating wasn't based on looks only. But you move that Kendra Cam up. We both know she does that later in the show. You also act like you couldn't function when she said she didn't want to date below a 5. Kendra get on
Yeah.
my nerves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't like that.
mediocre as fuck. Kendra get on my nerves with that shit sometimes, and she only do it with girls that's either plus size or ones that like have a lot of kids. She'll do
Oh,
two things.
really? So she almost like the little female Kevin Samuel.
And she does it.
When she was saying that, it was irritating me. Like, okay, she said a 5. Like, why does she got to explain what a 5 is and all that stuff? Like,
As if it was a big number. So she
like
not
what
worth
did
the
she
5 to you,
like?
Kendra?
She
Who do
would
you
like
think
she
you
should have.
are?
Yeah, that would have pissed me off
Take
too.
off that wig, take off that makeup, and let's see how you look. Because
Somebody had said that to her before too. Like somebody said that to her.
I'm just saying, we ain't never seen her without everything on. I don't like that. That's the kind of subtle shit that we be talking about. Um, yes, exactly. That's the kind of subtle shit that we be trying to tell people that we don't like that happens, and everybody else wouldn't see it right away. So then if you snapped on her, somebody else maybe might not see it if that's not something that's sensitive to them, or they're not paying attention to somebody's behavior. But if you know her show, number one, she does the Kendra Cam at the weigh-in. She was doing that because the girl had big breasts. So she assumed that the girl would be fat the whole way through. Let's call that out. Number two, she don't believe that girl is pretty to her. That was the best answer I've ever heard given when somebody gives a number. She named hygiene, she named behavior, and things like that.
And
Bro,
she
what's
kept on
wrong
saying
with that?
she kept on saying looks is not the first thing she go for. She want to see if they connect, which is true nowadays because you can have the finest man in the world and he be raggedy as hell.
They be the most raggedy ones. So
You
when
couldn't really see her face though. To me, I couldn't really see her face.
I have zoomed in so I could see her features, she has pretty features.
Oh,
But
okay.
the point is, Kendrick, this is my problem. You're doing a dating show, right? If I'm doing a dating show, first of all, I don't fuck females. Why do I care what you look like, bro? If I'm doing a show, why do I care what you look like? All I should do is be polite to the people that's on the show, say, give you a compliment, some type of deity, because it's my show and you're coming on my show and helping me. Why is my opinion about what you look like as a woman so damn valid? If you can't call another woman beautiful, then just don't say anything.
Right.
Because why do you want to contribute to an insecurity she may have or something like that? You're not the one she's trying to date. So why did you do that? So the girl, she said, to be honest, she was like, I just got off work. I'm not really done up or anything like that. She was like, I'm probably a 6. And if I get, when I get dressed and get ready to go out, I'm like she said, I think a 7 or a 8. She was like, I clean up and I dress up really nicely. She was like, you could go look at my pictures on my page. Do you know that girl still kept asking her questions? So in the comments, like, I really liked it because other ladies was going in and everything. Like, Kendra, I don't like it when you act like that. And other people was like, wait, her answer was about personality hygiene, things like that. What's wrong with that answer? And you looking for a
Right.
5? They was like, girl, if those are what you looking for, you supposed to say your number is higher than that. Even men was saying that. And of the women that was like, one woman was like, she must not have looked in the mirror. So everybody started going in on her, like, you clearly don't look in the mirror neither. And looking at your page, we can't see you. Every picture got a filter. So who do you think you are? I was like, projection much? I want to know why. Why are we this way?
Oh, I don't know. That's $1,000,000 question. I have no idea. That's $1,000,000 question.
Women are mean. Men are, social media is mean. And we be the ones in the comments. It don't be other races. It be us.
Mm-hmm.
And the first ones that start going in, then pick me bitches. It be mostly black women of our age. You should know better. Mm. So let's watch Armand. Y'all remember when we say that, you could be an entrepreneur, but you can't do what you want to do? And you gotta watch your mouth. And just as soon as you got it, it can go away. Well, we don't have our favorite show no more. Ro, you want to give him a recap? I'll play the call to funky second and then the incident first.
Okay.
Okay, so tell him what happened.
So it was Al's birthday. It was Al's birthday, and they did a roast, which they do for all of them on their birthdays. They always do birthday roast. And Claudia said stuff about him, but Armand, everything that he said, it was like a mean roast. Even though the roasts are mean, but it was like his wasn't trying to be fun. It was coming from a mean place. Like everything he said was very, very mean. And they asked Al how did he like it. He was like, it was ghetto, but he loved it. Like something like that. But soon as he got off that live, he called Funky and was cussing and everything. You guys will see. And that was the end of the show after that. It was a no more episodes of TGI Friday.
Bro, for 250 racks a year to do that show, you could come on every day and be like, hey, fat bitch. And I'll be like, hey, girl.
But like they said, people's egos get in the way. You get $250,000 to do an hour a day for 5 weeks. So you getting $250,000 a year to work 5 hours a week every week, 1 hour a day.
And you can still do other stuff. So
Yeah,
just
you
to
can
be
work
clear,
from
I have a production company. If you work with us, we basically have you sign away your damn rights. You can't do nothing else that could interfere, compete, the likeness, nothing. That's what our contract looks like.
And they could work from anywhere. They don't have to be at home. Long as you
Nope.
be in front of that camera at what they time, 5 o'clock, you fine. And you mess that bag up. Now, the only one I was okay with, which is kind of getting off the subject, but not, was Funky. Funky was still able to make that money plus
Oh,
more.
yeah, he transitioned. Yeah.
Yeah, his own, doing his own thing. But everybody else, which everybody else got other jobs, Claudia
But
and
that was cut at the last minute. Funky made a decision, so
yeah,
he branched over. Armand never made money like that before.
he
That
did.
that
And that's why he was. If I was him, I would have came in as humble as ever. But it was other. Tasha K said that every job that he gets, he messes up.
but we have to be fair. months leading up to this happening, we saw a change in Al. And what was it, like maybe a couple months after Armand started the show, he really started.
No, it was when Armand first got on there. Because remember that's when he was calling him boy this and boy that, and he had to go in there and apologize because everybody was going in on Al. Like, you can't just be talking to him like that. And so it was as soon as Armand got there, it was a total change in Al. Now, when they was doing the special guest host and all that, he was cool with everybody except for Dr. Heavily, I think. But everybody else was fine. But when Armand got chosen to take that seat, it was like it was all bad. I don't know what it was. And he kept saying that he didn't have nothing against Armand, but clearly, well, and Armand, shoot, he must have felt a different way too. Both of them, hell.
Well, like Armand said, he been biting his tongue. So the roast is a place that he let some of that out. But that's what happened.
I don't know why he thought he wasn't gonna get no backlash for that.
I don't think they thought the show would be canceled. So let's let them hear it. And then, so I'm going to let y'all hear it. And then I'm going to play this part 2 of my opinion. Yeah, how I got there. So here we go. Let me make sure this is the right one. I actually named him this time. Yeah, here we go.
And remember all the great things I've said about you at the top of the show, Al, you know. But because this is truly your birthday. Now, everyone, I wrote it down. Gather round, gather round. It's roast time, okay? Today we're celebrating our very own Al Reynolds' birthday. Al, you're a man of many talents, some of which include being messy, causing drama, and having a knack for making our workplace feel like a reality TV show. Al's got a unique ability to smile in your face, snap a picture, and go behind your back and talk about you to your coworker that he claims he hates. It's like he's got a PhD in two-faced studies, okay? Due to Al's special relationship with management and his hypersensitivity, we are not allowed to talk about his failed marriage. So even though he's brought it up many times, I'll steer clear of that topic. Al fancies himself as the facts guy, but somehow he never seems to get the actual facts right. He's also a talk show host who's supposed to have all the strong opinion, but the guy can't form a thought without his notes. I've seen grocery store lists with more spontaneous insight. And let's not forget his legendary struggle with names and words. Al, it's successful, not successful. It's like watching a toddler trying to pronounce spaghetti. Oh, and how could I forget Al's clout chasing antics? He's got all these celebrities friends, but the best part, none of these celebrities actually know they're supposed to be friends with him. And as if that wasn't enough, Al is currently on a mission to get our talk show canceled. His nasty, childish, slightly jealous attitude is working overtime to torpedo our show. It's like he's auditioning for a soap opera villain role. But despite all the chaos, let's not forget it's your birthday, Al. Okay? So here's to you. May your future be as drama-free as your past has been drama-filled. Happy birthday, Al.
That was, baby, the shade and all of that is real. And if that's what you got to use to get it, use it.
Hey, I got it. Listen, I'm auditioning for Netflix.
That's what you got to do to use it, get it, baby.
Listen,
that was hot.
That Netflix taught me, Bishop, you got to go hard, baby.
When it's the roast, it's the roast. Hey, I'm good. It's my birthday. Can't nobody say anything that's going to annoy me or take me off of my dream and my tracks, period. Thank you for Armand, and thank you, Claudia. I really enjoyed it.
I can tell that.
Wait. 2 seconds later.
Right. For real.
2 seconds later, this is what happened.
This Al right here. Hey.
Listen.
Hold on before you talk.
No,
I'm on live.
You need to hear this on live.
Hold on. People can hear you.
I don't give a fuck. When I tell you go back and watch TGIF tonight, go back and watch TGIF tonight.
What happened?
Go back and watch TGIF tonight, and you tell me if I don't have a reason. Ooh, you filming me?
I told you was live.
Oh, my bad. Go back. Hey friend, go back and watch TGIF tonight, and call me back.
All right, bye.
You had me dying. Girl, I was rolling.
So I would like to just say it is a way to be honest. I was just talking to somebody about this earlier because they have a way of putting one thing over here and one thing over there. You better put those things together for it to be the truth and choose your words. So look, this is what he should have did. First of all, Funky is the person who left the show and had a problem with somebody. One of the things Armand said is you have a way of talking about people behind their back with their enemies. That's shitty and messy off time. You knew when you did that, and you call somebody who does a show at the same time y'all do y'all show.
Right.
That is the epitome of messy and prove what he said. That's number one. Number two, when you came to the end, you could have easily been like, oh, you know, I'm getting y'all asses back. You could have still twisted it in a way. You showed up like a bitch. No, you did. You've been in this space forever. You're a brand strategist and all this other shit. You should have been prepared for when it came up to your birthday that something was going to be said. That just don't even make no sense to me. Why you get that was not a roast because nothing was funny. He was serious
Exactly.
as fuck.
That's why I said
He
it was
was
coming from a mean place.
he was serious as hell. He was serious as hell. But it's still a way. Well, not but he was serious as hell. Period.
But you could tell Al was pissed off when he first started. Al smiled at everything. He was looking like what? But then I think he caught himself that he was looking like and tried to smile and do all that. I would have been like Armand, oh, but he just wait.
Exactly. Respond
Just
how
wait.
you really feel. Stop being so goddamn fake. That's what made you end up. If you would have, you could have shot shot back at that point. You could have been like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get your ass. Yeah, you will never step in a space where I'm with these celebrities. And you dream to be like me. I show you how you could have said anything to still get your get back. Y'all go at each other all the time. But you called Funky and sit there and pretended like it was oh no, I'm good. Oh no, it's so amazing.
He really hurt your feelings.
He hurt your feelings telling you about yourself. Because for a long time you didn't thought you was better than that boy, and you didn't know that man. Jesus, I didn't mean to say man. Because that Al did that for so long. Yeah, and you don't do that. But he came for that man a lot of times and critique him. And boy, and here's how he would do it, you guys. So you could get like a little bit of a picture of his nose ain't clean. And I hate it when somebody throw rocks, hide their hands, and because other people are more vocal, the initial one that started don't look bad. Al, you was just as bad, and you was bad leading up to it by weeks. Y'all, he would literally be sitting like there when they were recording.
Yep, and be like,
and they would be like, what's wrong today? Like he was throwing the vibe off and everything. People all in the comments. But he would say something like, boy, you're not finna tell me that that's how you really feel. That don't even make no sense. Now, that's just a stupid opinion. So when he came for you like this with all truth, all I said to myself was, well, you shouldn't be like that. Those are not good things. You are doing those things. And how are you not like you just proved it? You went and picked up the phone. No, that don't make no sense. If me and let's see, who can I say? If me and my sister are not getting along, I'm not going to somebody that doesn't like my sister. I'm going to my mom. I'm not going to her friends. You pick a safe space. It's a way to do that because everybody has talked about somebody. Everybody has had to let something off their shoulders or whatever, or say it out loud so that somebody else could give them feedback or whatever the case may be. But there is order to how you do that. And he knew damn well that calling Funky was not the way to do it. I wouldn't have did it. Now, the show was canceled. So they never came back on after that show. It was around the time where they generally do like a week off or whatever. But because that happened and Al made that call, now you just took it from being behind closed doors and handling the situation, hashing it out, saying how you feel or whatever. Once you made that call and you made it to the enemy, I don't think it was maybe 15 minutes and videos was already out. They was already out. It's people that literally watch and wait for certain things to happen so that they can make their video, so they could be that first one, so you could go viral. That's how you go viral, by sitting on things. I don't, baby, when he kept saying I'm live and you know that Funky does a show at the same time, to me, Al must be in a season where he needs to be humbled, because Al was my favorite. I think he's so smart. I thought he was so, just the way that he treated people, how he saw different perspectives. But with Armand, it wasn't that way. It's like he was jealous of him for being so the it person. He would reference him having somebody to be with and stuff like that. It was very clear. So it's a disappointment for me for something like this to happen. But after you do it outside, that's why you keep your problems inside. If you got a problem with one of your friends in the friend group, you should be able to talk to one of the friends in the friend group, because they should care about all parties involved and get it taken care of. But this fool called somebody. Funky said about 5,000 times he was trying to get you to stop. I can't hear you, Pumpkin. I can't hear you, Twin.
I didn't know I was still muted. Yeah,
Yes.
He kept on saying, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live.
Then he gonna say, oh, I'm live. You didn't even have enough sense and enough brains to remember that your friend is trying to compete with you and moved his showtime to your showtime. You literally became unhinged. So what does that look like? What Armand is saying is true. When you get something that you don't like, you do. And Armand is right. You talk about being married to somebody that was famous and all of that, but even when they contribute to the conversation and ask a question or something, his nose flare up, he turns red, he gets mad. How? We can't hear you. Are you yelling at my nephew? Or are you talking to me? You yelling at my nephew? Okay, she's yelling at my nephew. Welcome to our homes. Sometimes we have to be parents. So, Jesus, it sounded like somebody was downstairs. That just scared me. I'm so sorry. And y'all was going to stay on live with me too and protect me. So, let's see what Ro was trying to say.
No, I was saying, but y'all, I loved Al too. But Funky was my favorite, but I still loved Al too. And to see that other side of him, it made me look at him different, because we did think so highly of it. He's educated, like everything. Like I didn't ever think that he didn't have his facts straight. Like anything that they all before our mind came and all that stuff, anything that they would talk about, Al would be the fact checker. Like, oh no, this is what happened, X, Y, and Z, and this is why this happened and all that. But when Armand came, it was like he didn't even care no more. Like he was a totally different person, and he always brought up his show. Oh well, on my show, and so and then I started watching his show. I was like, yeah, he a total different person on his show in TGI Friday. So I already knew when Funky left. I said I was giving it to the end of this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said I was giving it to the end of this year and the show was going to be canceled, because those three together were glue. Like, it was nobody that could come in and take Funky's spot. Nobody.
Yeah. If you think about it, and we'll wrap up with this, when you start something with somebody, generally, you put a lot of thought into it before you took that leap, and you made sure that you meshed well together. You went out and did things with each other. You studied the players, as opposed to when you have to switch somebody out. Think about all the shows that have switched a person, bringing in a new mom on a particular show. It took a while to catch that feeling and that rhythm again. And for those that was watching it before, you kind of never switched gears to the new person. You kept watching it because of others, but it wasn't that same thrill as in the beginning. And it just wasn't.
She said that. I forgot what. With Carlos King.
With Carlos King.
On Carlos King, she said when they all was together at Cynthia Bailey's wedding, she was like, they chemistry, even her boyfriend at that time was like this is crazy. Like, y'all chemistries mesh so well.
Because they balance each other out too.
They did.
If one checks each other, they can appropriately check the person to check the person wrong. But again, it's because you built a relationship first. It's no way me and Ro could sit here and talk the way that we talk and know when I could look at her and tell if I shouldn't say something. I could look at her and tell when it's appropriate to say something because of my nephew. You have to know the person. She knows when I come on and I don't feel good. She'll talk more than I talk. Like earlier when I messed up and forgot to do Wi-Fi, she already knew what I forgot to do. you have to mesh well with your person. If you're with your person more than you with your spouse. You have to know each other and trust each other and truly have each other's back and not be jealous. Damn. Like that's never going to work. But I already knew that was beginning to fall apart and it was time for them to move, even with Funky being on there, because Funky became a little bit jealous of their ability to go and be with other celebrities because in his space, it doesn't allow for wiggle room. When you a gossip channel or something like that, it doesn't work well trying to be around people. They won't trust you. They don't like you because you talked about them like horseshit in front of everybody. They're not gonna fuck with you. But that's it for me. I'm just saying. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show. We will be back on Thursday. Where are we gonna be at your show tomorrow?
Well, I'll be there tomorrow. It's my 50th episode. So I'm gonna be there.
Hey, that's so cute. You want to surprise us at 8
Yes.
on Talk to Rose, right? Okay. So you guys come over and make sure that you celebrate there with us tomorrow. Thursday, we're back to our regular schedule program. Everybody was drunk last week, so we could not do. It was 4th of July. Thursday was 4th of July.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So Ron gonna text me in the afternoon talking about sis, we still doing the show. I'm like, nah, nigga, we ain't gonna do the show. Everybody gonna be out. He like, I'm already bent and I'm on my way. So yes, no.
I wasn't drunk that day.
I was lit. I had so much fun on 4th of July. I didn't even have my phones with me. I had a good time. I actually put my phones down. I think I got one picture. And
that's good. That'd be the best times.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing that day. I took Amir to go see the fireworks at 9 o'clock. I didn't do nothing.
Oh, last thing I would like to do is thank all of the people who stopped doing fireworks when the weekend was over, because normally they do them so long before, so long after. Thank you very much.
They did do a lot better this year. They did a lot better.
Because they're broke and they can't afford them. We're going through a recession. We don't have money to just buy all the fireworks. So, hope everybody enjoyed the show. Make sure you do a playback. Make sure you like on the way out and share. We will see you next week. Well, Ro and I will see you next week. And I did do the next 3 episodes of Diary of the D. It's getting good, huh, y'all? Who would think to put their hand inside somebody's mouth and rip their gums like that? All I could tell you is you could touch me if you want to. I got some people that'll do you in real good. Good night.